And now, Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. I am your host, Donnie C, and I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with us, spending some time with us, and hopefully laughing and smiling. Today is a very special day for some people, or this week, I should say, and it was May 4th, and if anybody knows my co-host, they know that May 4th is a big deal because may the 4th be with you. Hello, Dave.
Hi, Don. That's right, man.
May the 4th I didn't even do a full intro. I just went right into the May the 4th be with you because It's May 8th now. So the 4th of May was a couple days ago. And Dave, as you can see behind, if you haven't already seen the show, is a lunatic. He is my co-host. He is my crazy lunatic Star Wars fan. Did you do anything to celebrate, Dave?
I had to work, unfortunately, so no, I couldn't. But, one of the podcasts I listened to, they had a nice big thing in Connecticut. You know, they did a live show. They watched Empire Strikes Back, and then they had an after party. I heard it was a blast, but, obviously I didn't go to Connecticut. Would have liked to just check it out and see what the other Star Wars,
Okay.
geeks do, whatever.
Right, yeah, I do understand. I could see you in a restaurant just sitting there hanging out with memorabilia and
hell yeah,
costumes and everything else.
Yep.
I could totally see you doing that. But it is what it is. I'm sorry you didn't get to go out and have a good time on your May the 4th be with you.
One of these years. It's starting to gain steam. It seems like it's becoming more popular.
Yeah.
There's more and more shit that comes out on Disney Plus. More announcements seem to be coming out on this day. So,
It's becoming a new holiday for all you, may I say, geeks? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say Star Wars geeks or whatever. I don't know what the proper terminology is.
I will let it slide, yes.
I appreciate it. So if you haven't seen this show, let me go back and just introduce the show a little bit. Anyway, just now that the May the 4th be with you got out there, Dave's happier, I'm sure. I didn't want to throw you off and start off with Dave being mad because we didn't start the show off strong.
That's right.
So basically the show is me and my buddy Dave here. We just kind of have conversations, have a good time, and try and make light of the life of the world that we live in because the world is screwed up and serious, and we're not very serious at all. So we try and have current events, interaction, segments that are fun, different questions that you guys have, and how do you send your questions to us? Send your questions, shootingitstraightwdc@gmail.com. Dave gets the questions. He reads them to me as we're recording live. There's no prep, no nothing. It's straight off the cuff. We do the best we can, and we have a good time, and hopefully you enjoy. And if you do, hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, ring the bell for notifications, bing. This way you know when we're going live. And speaking of going live, Dave.
Yes.
In 2 weeks' time.
About 2 weeks, yes.
About 2 weeks, me and Dave are going to do a live show again. So I hope everybody's ready with your questions. I hope you send in your questions. But if you want and you don't believe that I do this live, we're going to do it live for you. So you could be in the chat. You could be talking with all the shooters that we hang out with, have a good time. Some of the originals, hopefully some new. Hopefully we spread the love and everybody gets to have a good time. And you get to actually ask the questions in the chat and we'll bring them up while we're doing the show. This is a free-for-all show. We have kind of a game plan of what we're going to do. But if it goes off the rails because you've got lots of questions, so be it. I'm okay with that. I don't mind going off the rails. How about you, Dave?
I don't mind going off the rails. Not at all.
I'm good at going off the rails. My whole life.
Just pay attention to all the socials or whatever. We'll send out notifications when we're actually hammering down the actual date. So
Date and time.
Date and time, exactly.
So date and time to follow.
TBD. Right?
Oh, look at you. But yes, in about 2 weeks we're doing that. So we're excited about that. So we wanted to share that with you. And also, this weekend is Mother's Day. So to all you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
To all you mother effers out there, this isn't for you. This is not for you. It's just for mothers. It's Mother's Day. Thank you for all the hard work that you women do. We do appreciate it. I know not always does it come across that way, but we do. And this is just another day that we can say thank you. So thank you to all the mothers out there. We hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. I hope your kids do something really sweet and nice for you because of all the headaches that they give you. It'd be nice if they give you something back in return from the heart. So if any kids are listening to this who shouldn't be listening, make something nice for your mother. Come on.
For your mother.
For your mother. Do something nice for your mother. Come on. And for all the husbands out there, maybe don't smack her ass unless she really likes that. I don't know. Give her a smack ass free day.
There you go.
Happy Mother's Day. Maybe it'll work. I don't know.
Whatever you do on your normal day-to-day, don't do it on that one day.
That's right. Do the opposite because that's probably what they'll appreciate. All right. Shit. So happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Yes.
So Dave.
Yes, sir.
I know how you cringe. I know how you get nervous. But I'm
Should I get the disclaimer ready?
I don't know if you need it. I don't think you need it, but I'm just going to let you know. This is what's on my mind. What's on my mind? So.
What's on your mind, Don?
Dave loves that intro. I love how I have my own thing going too. Yeah. So I was driving today.
All right.
Okay. And I am an electrician. We know this. I am an electrician, and I have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever your store is that you go to and everything else. And I'm in a rush because I'm trying to get to a job.
Okay.
And I'm driving behind somebody. And there's speed bumps in the parking lot, which is fine. But it's a speed bump. It's not a stop bump. There is no reason to stop in front of the speed bump and then proceed at 2 miles an hour over the thing. If you're doing that, get the hell off the road because you shouldn't be driving.
Now, was the car an older car? Maybe the struts and the shocks and everything were gone?
No, it was not. It was not. And I was sitting in my car fuming, and I go, you know what? I'm going to bring this up on the show. Maybe, just maybe, the thoughts with Don can also be Don vents.
Yeah.
He gets things off his chest.
It's almost like Family Guy, what he did, what grinds my gears, when Peter was on the thing. I don't know if you ever saw that episode.
I did not.
You want to know what really grinds my gear? And then he goes off on a tangent. So this is kind of similar to that.
Nope, I did not see that one. But yes, what grinds my gears? There could be another segment that we do. Look,
there you go.
It's not a stop bump. Speed bump. Come on.
Was and not that I'm defending it, was it a low riding car? Because
No.
Even you could still bottom out.
No, and I agree with that, and I would understand that. I 100% understand. Okay, they're taking care of the car because it's a low rider, and you fixed your car, and by fixed I mean you fucked it up so you can't drive it anywhere unless you're going 2 miles an hour because you might bottom out. How cool is that? But whatever.
But I digress. Go ahead.
Here's another thought I had. You know how in casinos they pump in pure oxygen to keep you awake?
They do? I was not aware of that.
They pump in pure oxygen in the casinos to make you more awake. This way you don't realize how long you're spending and you're not getting tired. And you're like, oh, I should leave or anything else. They pump. Can I do that in my house? Can I pump pure oxygen, like, say I'm working, or we're doing a podcast, or we're doing everything. If I'm pumping pure oxygen through my house, am I more awake? Am I more aware? Am I running on more cylinders? And is that possible? And is that a crazy thought?
I don't know.
Or is that actually like, oh, that's very productive?
You're the electrician. Would you be able to hook that up to the ventilation of your house?
I mean, that's HVAC.
Your HVAC,
Yeah, I could hook up anything. I'll wire anything. But I'm just wondering, like, I don't know how that works, but I'm thinking to myself, is that a crazy concept, or would that be, like, brilliant?
Depends, I guess, on the situation. I'm not sure.
Dave, you know my schedule. You know what my work day looks like.
Right.
I'm exhausted all the time.
Yeah. I
mean, it's all or nothing with me, so even when I'm exhausted, it's just go, 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 go. You got this. But if I had pure oxygen going through my house too while I'm home,
right?
maybe I'd be more productive when I'm home. Maybe I'd be more productive or what, like, I don't know.
I don't know either. We'd have to do some research if that's actually feasible or how expensive it would be and all that.
Well, that's the other thing. How expensive would it be? Would it actually be? Because now, where do you get pure oxygen from? I don't know.
Beats the shit out of me. Is there anything that'll help you sleep? You know, maybe you can turn it off like at the end of the night.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Flip the switch, and then you turn put some shit in there to help you go to sleep.
Well, now all of a sudden, I'm not going to sleep like Michael Jackson here.
No. I'm not
I'm not taking anything goes right.
No. I'm talking like some melatonin or something to help you.
Right. Just put that in the air. Just a sprinkle of melatonin in the air for everybody. Oh, that smells nice. What is that, lavender?
What's the shit
Chlorophyll.
they put on
Chlorophyll? Chlorophyll.
Don't be chlorophyll in your house, man.
In the middle of everybody. It's bedtime.
Turn it up.
Good night, kids. Love you.
See you in the morning.
Dad, what happened? I don't remember anything.
Oh, man. That's nice. All right.
And then I had one more.
Okay.
Local. This was in recent news. Conjoint twins got married.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Got married. They have, I don't know if it's considered one body and two heads. Is that right to say? I don't know. If you're woke and you're upset, earmuffs. So, one body, two heads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dave, if I had another head
I know
right here,
mm-hmm.
and I'm hooking up. Hold on. I've got another head.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Bring Batman back. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Just hanging out, getting ready to hook up with my girlfriend. Oh, okay, cool. Stop looking. It's creepy. I can't help it. Like, could you ever date and you can't say, oh, I could fall in love or I couldn't fall in love, but do you think you could ever get into a relationship, not with Batman, but with a conjoint twin?
Me personally?
Yes, you personally.
Probably not.
I don't think I could do it either. But I was thinking to myself, is that considered a threesome?
Not really, because I don't know anything about this, but I'm assuming both minds have different tastes, different whatever.
Right. But they share one body.
Right, but that other personality is not partaking in said task.
Right. Now, as I was thinking about this and coming up with what I was going to...
Go ahead. Real quick. So, two different personalities, they both have... They one both body. Get
they share
a boyfriend.
Perfect thing.
So, how are the guys going to be okay with sharing the same body?
That was another question I had. Okay, what happens if the other one gets married now? There's two husbands, two heads in one body.
Yeah. How's that work?
Do they all sleep in the same bed? And what goes on there?
Mm-hmm. You know who would answer that question pretty good, I think?
Who?
Come on, Jerry Springer. Like that's
sounds
like a Jerry Springer episode.
That would have been a great Jerry Springer. No, he's my man. No, he ain't your man. He's my man. The wig's coming off. What, would they fight themselves?
Right. No idea. That's like a
who's got the stronger part of the mind to control the fist of fury?
I see what you did.
Now, I'm not going to take credit for this question because I heard this on a radio, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But what if this guy is gay?
Ooh, yeah, that adds a whole different. That adds a whole different.
One body, two minds. How do you handle that one?
Oh man, gotta hope there's like a switch that turns.
There's no switch, Dave. There's no switch.
You get the feelings today. I get them tomorrow.
Nope.
You wake up the next day. Why does my ass hurt?
This isn't me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah. Good question. That is a good question.
I can't take credit for that one.
That's not yours, right?
Right, not mine. But could you imagine that conversation?
Oof.
let's say you had two heads, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
You're straight. You got your girl. Your buddy's not. Your other half is not.
Mm-hmm.
Could you ever be a bottom? Because if he's ew to what you're doing and you're ew to what he's doing, are you celibate? Or do you guys just say, chalk it up for, okay, but we only do it one time a week each?
Right.
And do you wear masks and earplugs and stuff? Like, how
Yeah,
does
right.
this happen?
Yeah, like you in a spa, put the things on your eyeballs.
No, listen, man. But listen. No.
Oh, yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. But I am aware of that. What that person you're talking about that was on the news as of recent.
Moly, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. And once they brought that up, I'm like, oh, I want to bring it up on the show. I'm like, but I'm definitely not taking credit for it, but I'm bringing it up. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of crazy, here's something else that's crazy. And I heard this also. I tried doing some research, but I didn't go diving deep, so I don't know 100% all of the information. But I also heard that in 1992, there was an award show with the new heavy metal bands, all listed as the new bands for heavy metal. Whoever won, lost, doesn't matter. The nominees were Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Firehouse, and there might have been more. Now, you see how you did?
Yeah.
You ready for the winner? Firehouse was the winner. Not that that matters or has any relevance to this whatsoever, but Firehouse was the winner. I know. With that list, you go, what? Right.
What?
Exactly. So, here's the weird part.
Nothing against Firehouse. They had some bangers back then, but it's just
compared
that's like
to Alice in Chains and Nirvana.
Right. Yeah, it's a total different
different
genre.
League. It's a different league.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of those three bands, all lead singers died on April 5th. Different years, but the same day.
Ouch.
How crazy is that?
So Kurt Cobain took himself out on the 5th, but I wonder if, I mean, you never know what's going through that guy's head, but I'm wondering if he was like...
He would have been the second one, I think, at that point.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So it wasn't like, I'm going to do it too because of the other two. Right, no, it had nothing to do with that.
It's like a fucking murder pact or whatever.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. It was like all those times you hear about the craziness of a movie and everybody passing away and you're like, was there something going on with that movie?
Yeah.
1992, heavy metal new band? I don't know. Just crazy coincidence.
Wow.
So, I didn't know if you ever heard of that or anything.
That I never heard.
I never did.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me check it out and see what's going on. But I never heard of anything like that. So, all right.
Glad I wasn't in a rock band.
No, you weren't?
No.
I would love to see you in a heavy metal rock.
You should have saw me in the 80s. You should have saw me in the 80s with the big pair I had.
There's a picture of me and you. I have it in my house, and I'm gonna have to upload it or whatever. Of me and you being Wayne and Gar.
Oh, yeah, from Halloween a couple years ago.
And Dave's got. I think you had the guitar. I had the drums. I don't remember.
Something like that. Yeah.
But that alone was hilarious. So I'll try and bring that up. So yeah, happy Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, and you got questions for me, right?
Are we doing the questions first, or are we doing the other thing?
Oh, let's do the other thing. Let's go cheat. We talk about cheating sports. That's right. My dog. This is how this came up. My dog, the genius dog that I have, started eating rocks in the backyard and pooping out rocks. And me and Dave started having a conversation about how stupid my dog was with how, and I made a joke saying, "Oh yeah, he's much heavier now because he's eating rocks." And Dave's like, "Oh, did you hear about the people putting anchors and stuff like that into
the fish
to win fishing competitions or fishing things?" And I'm like, "Oh, that'd be a great thing. Let's talk about cheaters." So here we go. Let's talk about cheaters. Dave, rattle them off. What do you got for us?
Cheating in sports. Well, let's lead off with what you were talking about. Lake Erie Walleye Trail Fishing Tournament in Ohio. They were named the winners, but it wasn't long until the competitor posted a video on the Facebook seemingly that validated the results. Then another video popped up on social media when the winner's fish were sliced open, revealing it was stuffed with weights and fish fillets. It was stuffed with other fish and rocks.
It put rocks and weights
and other fish inside the things to weigh the fish down. and they got stripped, and I'm pretty sure they got banned and all that shit like that.
Right, yeah. Winner!
2 men were indicted. They were indicted of cheating, attempted grand theft, possessing criminal tools, and misdemeanor charges. The 2
all
men
for winning a fishing trip.
Yeah.
Tournament.
Yep.
Listen, that fishing stuff is cutthroat. They're crazy. Some of them people, I know some people who go into those things. They are crazy.
Yeah. But with anything, you smell fire, man. That just, you know what I mean? That'll start flaming, and then everybody's like got pitchforks out.
Oh yeah. I got one in 1980. Rosie Ruiz, Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
Did you have that one?
I was reading on that one too. Yeah, go ahead.
She put herself into this the Boston Marathon.
Uh-huh.
And then she pretended to be a spectator a couple of blocks from the end of the race, and then just kind of jogged into the race and took the lead.
With a mile left. Yeah. She went into the subway system or some shit like that, came out a mile from the finish line, and then hauled ass to win.
What?
What are we doing?
Come on, how bad do you need a win? Like, at this point, and that was 1980, so we didn't have the technology that we do now. If anybody's out there and needs that win that bad, do yourself a favor.
Yeah. And
I'm not saying go to AI, because fuck AI, because it's going to destroy our world. Print yourself up a certificate that congratulates you. This way, when you look at it, you can feel accomplished, even though you did nothing. Because by winning that marathon, you did the same thing.
Yep.
Just don't make no sense.
Do you remember in another one that this was obviously a big famous one in the 90s? Remember 1990s, the Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan thing?
Oh, yeah.
They were trying out
for the Olympics.
She was trying out for the Winter Olympics, and I guess what, Tanya Harding hired a hitman?
No, it wasn't even she was trying out for the Olympics. They were in the Olympics.
They were actually in it?
They were in the Olympics. If I remember, if memory serves me right, they were in the Olympics, and Nancy Kerrigan was one of the greater skaters. And Tanya Harding knew that she couldn't beat her. So she hired her ex-husband and some bodyguard or something like that to take out her at the knees with a tire iron.
Right here, yeah. The rivalry, say that 10 times fast, was so extreme that a month before the 1994 Winter Olympics in Norway, a hitman connected to Harding's ex-husband struck Kerrigan on the knee with a baton.
Okay, so it might have been the preliminaries to get into it.
Try to get in it.
She bandaged up, I believe, and still did it. Why? Oh, you know why? Because you're better than she is. That's why.
That's why.
Stop asking why.
Oh, man.
Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. No.
That was one of them. That was like everywhere, man.
That was huge.
Yeah.
They actually did Netflix, I think, did a story about it also. Like just within the last 2 to 5 years, I think, about it. I was like, we haven't talked about this in forever. What? Maybe she just was getting out of jail or something. I don't know.
It could be. Yeah.
I have no idea. So I don't know. What else you got? I was talking about in my reviews. I had a lot of baseball nonsense with steroids and stuff like that.
Well, that was big. That was
in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, and I'm kind of on the fence with that one. Like, I get why they did it, but if it wasn't for the steroids back then, it single-handedly brought baseball back. People were watching that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And they were into baseball, the home runs, and everything else. Yeah.
And basically, I think everybody was on it. I don't give a shit what the pitchers are saying. I'm pretty sure they were on that shit too. Right. You know, but Barry Bonds,
pitchers on it also.
Yeah,
I remember
like Roger Clemens and all them people. I think I'm pretty sure they had to have been allegedly.
There's documentation somewhere for some of them.
Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, all them guys, Sammy Sosa, all them guys. They brought.
Not only were they on steroids, but they also corked their bats.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sammy Sosa. I think it was Sosa.
Sosa, his bat cracked.
His bat cracked in the middle of the game, and the cork went fucking flying out.
Look at what we got here. Yep. Or you get the gunk ball or the junk. What is it called? The gunk ball, I think. Where the pitchers have the Vaseline.
Pitchers, they put tar on it. Is that what it is?
They put tar on it.
Put something on it so they get a better,
baby oil, turpentine, resin, or they sandpaper it or whatever for knuckleballs and stuff like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this has been going on for years.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's still, incidents that happen in today's day, but it's nothing. It's nothing crazy, I think the steroids. There's always a way to get around it. Everybody's trying to find ways to but that shit died off. Just let them play.
Well, my cousin who does fantasy sports and everything else, Fantasy Black Book, hello, Joey. He talks all the time. He goes, "Let them do steroids. That's when the shows are great. That's when when everybody's watching, everybody's going crazy." He goes, "They want to do them. Let them do it. It makes the game better."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. Either way, I can care less.
And then you had I don't know if you remember Lance Armstrong. Yeah. He was doing
he took some too.
For cycling. He was doing some shady shit there.
They also had Deflategate and everything else.
Deflategate. Tom Brady. There was a couple of them. There was Deflategate, and then there was the one where they were spying on
I wrote it down. Spygate, they called it.
Spygate. They were spying on the Cincinnati's training system or whatever to try to get ahead of the game.
Everyone was facing the wrong way. Just hit. Nobody look this way. The action's over there. Look over there. Recording.
Yeah. And then they also had one last one for me would be the NBA. I don't know if you remember the referees were supposedly allegedly calling fouls or whatever to help direct the outcome of the game. Yeah, because they had bets on them. Yeah.
No, that wasn't allegedly. That one I know the guy got in trouble for.
No, I know. Yeah. You got to say allegedly to everything, though.
All right, allegedly. I mean, outside that, there was also one that I read was the 2000 Spanish Paralympics team.
Okay.
Where they're all special in some sort of way.
Right.
So the whole team's supposed to be special. And they won the gold or whatever, and only 2 team members out of the whole team actually had any special needs.
Oh.
I read that, and I read that Germany a couple times got caught passing off a man as a woman. And this was back in the day when you weren't allowed to, so screw you all woke people who are about to say, well, whatever they identified as. They didn't identify as anything.
Right.
They identified as what they had between their legs, and that was back then. But they said the one guy was like rubber banding his testicles to his leg and competing as a woman as a high jumper and stuff like that.
Wow,
and there's team and stuff like that. I can't imagine. Listen, I don't think that would help you jump. I don't know how high you can jump with your testicles strapped to your legs, but whatever it is, you could jump a lot higher without them.
But there's one last one I got because you just reminded me with this one. There was the World Series, minor league World Series, whatever. There was a pitcher that they had who they said he was like 12 or 11 or whatever.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yes,
he was actually like 14 years old, and that's why he was dominating everybody because he was so much older.
Like a 72-mile-an-hour fastball or something like that.
Something like that.
It was supposed to be like not even close. Like, I heard about that. I saw that one too. All right.
So
all right. I know we got some questions. We'll hit up one of the questions. At least one of the questions. Let's go to the shooting range. All right, in the shooting range.
You're in the shooting range. Let's get that off of there. We're not talking about that anymore. All right. We have a question from Steve.
Okay, Steve. Hello, Steve. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. I know that you subscribed also just recently. So welcome to the program. Steve's a new shooter.
All righty. Welcome aboard. So, all right. Let me see if I don't kill this question for you or the scenario. Okay. It's a would you rather scenario. Okay. It says pick one to help you fight. The others will try and kill you. So I guess I'm going to give you a group. It's you and somebody else, and then the others are going to kill you.
Okay.
He's got John Wick.
Okay.
Rambo. The Terminator robot. Hello. The T-100. Arnold Schwarzenegger's.
I understand who you're talking about. This is Terminator.
And he got Ethan Hunt, which is Tom Cruise. Frank Castle, who's the Punisher from Marvel. And Matt Murdock, Daredevil.
Wow, that's a big selection. Holy crap. Okay, Steve, I know yours would be Daredevil because I remember how much of a fan you were of that. So if I remember correctly, that was your show.
Now you got to pick wisely because I'm assuming it's you two against the rest of them.
I mean, wow. my initial instinct is John Wick.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That would be my emotional support pet, man, because I would love to fight with him.
The problem is, and I would love to fight with him too, we would have to do something to his dog or something again to get him all riled up again. So I don't condone hurting animals, but I mean, I don't know how to get him all riled up again if it's me and him versus everybody.
To put him in the rage mode, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Rambo's just awesome, and he's a killing machine, so that's cool. But part of Rambo's thing is he plans everything out and he sets traps.
Yeah.
Like if it's just, hey, you're on my team, let's go. Rambo's out because Rambo's tough, but he can't stop a bullet to the brain real fast if John Wick's shooting.
Right.
The Terminator is very ridiculous because you cannot stop the Terminator. I don't know how you would stop the Terminator. Like at that point, can I just hide behind the Terminator and he just kills everybody? I mean,
that's what I do. I'd be a bitch and be like, go get him.
You got it, T. Like honestly, if I had to pick one, I think I'd have to go with Terminator. Just kind of like hide behind him and just not even worry about anything. Just be like, go get it. I'll go get some sandwiches or something. I'll be over there having a snack.
Right.
I mean, Daredevil, as cool as Daredevil is and everything else, I don't know that he would be able to outwit the Terminator.
Right.
You know, if we were in a factory and this, that, the other, and maybe it'd be different. But if you're talking like an open field, just going at it,
yeah,
I don't think Daredevil's doing so great. What's his name? Frank.
Frank Castle from Punisher.
Frank Castle. Yes, the Punisher. I think he'd be great also. But again, in that scenario, yeah, he could take a beating. But if the Terminator ripped him in half, the beating is over.
Yeah, it's over.
So I'd have to go with the Terminator. I'm going to go with the Terminator on that one.
I agree with you on that. Now, there is also a B scenario if you want to.
Sure, let's dig in real quick.
All right, real quick. He's got bonus picks. Now, so take away the first group of people.
They're out. Okay.
50 5-year-olds armed with katanas.
Okay.
Or you got 10 70-year-olds with Bruce Lee abilities. Okay. Now this is where it gets funny. 100 protesters with blue hair that shout at you as you go through the day trying to work.
Okay.
Or an army tank, but the controls are all backwards and it has techno music blasting it while it's on.
I'd get down with the techno music probably.
With a backwards driving tank?
I think after a little while of driving a tank, you'd learn how to drive it. Kids with katanas, I think that as much fun as it would be, I think they would hurt themselves. I don't think that they would do much damage to anybody else but themselves. The protesters would be hilarious because I would just like to see what they're saying and what their signs are and everything else. Like, your work sucks. Like, you smell like ass. Like, I don't know what they'd protest or yell at you, but I would go with the 70-year-olds.
He was very, very specific with the blue hair, too.
Yeah, blue hair. Yeah, he was on top of it. I would have to say I'm going with the 70-year-olds.
The 70-year-olds were, because with Bruce Lee skills or whatever, now I'm going to assume that they may be Asian because they know.
Whoa, Dave, where's my disclaimer?
We'll throw that up.
Just flip that around.
Flip it around. So, Asian people seem to age well too, and they look good in their 70s. Well, so they're,
listen, I'm not saying just Bruce Lee's moves, but I mean, at this time, I think Chuck Norris is in his 80s.
Yeah,
and he still seems to be doing pretty good too. So I don't think it's just Asians, Dave, because that seems wrong to say.
Whatever, man. You know what I'm talking about.
But I agree. They do age better because their diets are usually better and they are more zen than Americans are just idiots. We stress ourselves out all the time and we give ourselves heart attacks. So I agree with you. And if anybody doesn't like it, too bad. It's true. Allegedly. But yeah, that's what I would go with. Bruce Lee. So the 70-year-old Bruce Lee's.
70-year-old Bruce Lee's. Do you think the 70-year-old Bruce Lee's can beat the Terminator?
I don't think that could happen. No.
We'll do a mini Fist of Fury at the end of the day. So Terminator wins this round.
Terminator wins this one. Yep, Terminator is the winner of the Fist of Fury, the mini Fist of Fury.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Well,
All
hopefully
right,
you enjoyed the show. Hopefully you had a good time. Steve, thank you for the question.
Yes,
I
Steve,
appreciate
thank
it. I hope that everybody also has a great Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. Hit the like button, like I said. Subscribe. Ring the bell for the notifications. In about 2 weeks, like I said earlier, we're coming back to do a live show. So you catch us every week, and then we do a live show possibly on top of that. We're still trying to iron out all the details and exact date, but it is definitely 100% coming. We are 100% sure that 80% of it is true, and we'll be here. That's not true at all. It's 100% of 100%. We're doing a live show. It's coming up.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, please send your questions, shootingitstraightwdc@gmail.com. And you can find out what Donnie C really thinks about Shooting It Straight with you. Thank you, everybody.
Peace, everybody.